Hi, everybody. Welcome to Week 11's podcast. We have a special video podcast. I'm Sam.
And I'm Tay.
And with us, we have Rob on the phone. How's it going, Rob?
It's going wonderful, guys. How are you?
Good. I hope everybody is going to have a happy Thanksgiving this week. Let's get right to the standings here. Let's look at Conference 1. El Oso Verde, 6-3. Gangrene, 5-4. Kells, 4-5. Brady for Rent, 3-6.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize, Rob, you were actually one game back from El Oso there. I thought you were at 2 games back, but you got a chance at that.
I do. And we're playing on Sunday.
You guys are playing each other.
We are. It's just the total luck of the schedule, man. I don't even know how that came out, but yeah, I know. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
I've gotten back into contention there. So basically the winner of that game is going to win the division. So that'll be interesting. I want to throw out, whatever remnants of health I have on my roster to run out there along with Tom Brady and see what I can do against him. He's on a 2-game losing streak. He's not too happy about that. So
you hold your destiny in your own hands.
Yeah, I do. No, I don't at all. I wish I could control it. I can throw some players out there and hope they outscore his players, but it's I don't know. It's, still alive in the wild card spot too. That'll be interesting. Kells is theoretically alive. He's about as alive as you are, Sam.
Yeah. Little less alive.
It's a little less. Yeah, it's going to be a stretch, man. He's going to have to get an awful lot of points to get in there over UK. So, because you're the driver's seat on that on the points there by about 47 over me.
Yeah, 47 and 100 over Sam. Wild card between you. Yeah. Well, if you lose, you're out of it anyway, right? Kind of.
Well, no.
I would have to lose.
The way I figure this is if you're kind of you and me are kind of the killers on that one. So, like, if I win my game, I'm gonna win the division, and that's gonna bring it down to you and Nolan. If I lose, and if you win,
exactly.
If you lose and I lose, and El Oso and Autumn win, and you and I will see whoever's points get in. That does open the door for Kells and Ninja Assassin a little bit. So it's obviously it looks like it's about a 4-team race with one of us going home. My money is on me going home, by the way. So my team is in tatters right now. Jumping over to Division 2, Autumn Wind is all but, he's going to rubber stamp it with a win this week. He's going to roll into the first round bye. So it's pretty interesting there. And Brady for Burn Maniacs, thank you for playing this year. Please continue to put your rosters in through this week to make sure we have the integrity of the league in your hands. Okay.
All right, let's go to the next conference. Heart Foundation 6-3, High Rollers 5-4, Big Reavers 5-4, and Degenerate Bastard 2-7.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this game when we get to it, but Heart Foundation, Big Reavers, man. Big Reavers has just been blowing it up all year, and all of a sudden he's on the precipice of elimination from the playoffs here. That's crazy, huh? And Degenerate's eliminated, so.
Yeah, and the other division, Wolfpack 5-4 with a 4-game winning streak, Assisted Twister 5-4, Straight LA, and Savs coming up there. Are they all still in it?
Hey, did you realize that Wolfpack was 1-4 at one point?
Well, no. This is the thing, though. I ain't gonna lie. Because of this podcast, this is actually the first time I've actually seen the record of the conference number 2. I actually I don't even pay attention to that conference actually.
Oh man, that's why I was enjoying having Michael on here, because I'm the same way. We're just like, what? There's another conference out there?
Exactly.
So, who even knew? They try to give these guys some love. It's actually, to be honest though, with you, that conference over there is really pretty exciting, man. It was like that division in particular has been they've been real neck and neck. The funny thing here is that really Heart Foundation and Revis were just killing it. I know it only shows right now that one win by High Rollers right there. but he's kind of come out of nowhere and jumped right back into it. So he's peaking big time going into our final week here. So it's you got a lot of teams over there.
There's a ton. There's like 7 of the 8, right? 7 of the 8 are like mathematically still in it, and then I mean, feel bad for the bastards, but they're the only ones that are out, right? Technically.
Well, yeah, he does, man. But it's, but then look at those scores too. I mean, they're all within 70, 80 points of one another. Yeah. So I mean, basically, you got 3 guys from our conference talking, which is kind of again about a much better conference over here. But yeah, we don't know nothing about that conference. So
yeah.
Do we care too?
No, we don't really care.
Not to the finals.
So.
Not until the finals.
No, not till week 16.
Let's move on to actually let's stay in that conference and let's talk about our first matchup: the Hart Foundation versus Big Revis, 108 to 103. Pretty close game.
It was, Mr. Tay. What do you have to say about that game?
Oh man, like I said, this is the first time I'm actually looking at the standings on this other side and the scoreboard too. I didn't realize this game is. I didn't realize who beat who at this point. So actually, I guess that helped Revis out, right? Is he the loser or the winner? Oh, that hurt him actually.
He's the loser in that one.
This game,
yeah, 108, 103 Hart Foundation, and what should have been a huge showdown turned out to be a total clunker here. But
yeah,
points wise, yeah.
Yeah, but it was close.
Derek Carr outplayed Patrick Mahomes, which was surprising.
Okay. Horseshit. Derek Carr did not outplay Patrick Mahomes. That is a ridiculous statement.
Calm down, Chiefs fan. Calm down, Chiefs fan.
I mean, let's just say Derek Carr made one of the best games of his career.
Yes.
And he still lost Mahomes. Okay, so it was fun, but he did not outplay Patrick Mahomes. That is a ridiculous statement. Next.
He outplayed him in fantasy. That's what he meant to say. That's what he meant to say.
Yeah, but that's only because Robinson stopped on his route and got that bogus interception, So
yeah,
second of the year, dude. What's he at? 27-2. It's that Mahomes is ridiculous. 27-2, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, besides that, there really isn't much going on in this matchup here.
Yeah, it was all quarterbacks. It was all the quarterback play. That's pretty much it.
All quarterbacks, man. Zeke showed up for once. We'll give a little love there. I usually bash on him, so he showed up for one time. And even if we're talking about fantasy outplaying, 28-27 is not exactly definitive evidence.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Look, Rob still hung up on this Patrick Mahomes stuff. Come on.
Hey, man, I refuse to listen to nonsense such as Derek Carr outplaying and Patrick Mahomes in any sentence ever again. All right, move on.
All right, let's go on to our next matchup here. High Rollers versus Degenerate Bastard, 171 to 150. A little higher scoring game this time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Geez, 40 points for Deshaun Watson and 29 for Aaron Rodgers. It's a big one. Justin Herbert, 41 for Degenerate Bastard. Jeez.
I gotta say, Herbert's actually probably like the fantasy sleeper of the entire year right now. I mean,
I don't think he was even drafted.
Obviously, nobody drafted him. He didn't even start at the beginning of the year.
Jeez. Matt Ryan is Matt Ryan.
Yeah, Herbert's gotta be like the free agent pickup of the year, I think. Yeah. Points wise.
He's completely saved my season. I'll say that much.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's on your team, Rob. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, man. What's funny is I don't think anything will ever catch on in the second year with Mahomes when we pulled him out of there. I mean, really the greatest I've ever seen in my life of playing fantasy is what's his name, Kurt Warner in 99, man. I mean that guy just completely changed seasons. Mahomes did it too. Herbert's not quite to that level. But he's pretty damn good, man. Right?
Agreed.
God, 41 out of Herbert, 1 out of Matt Ryan.
Totally flip roles.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Yeah. I mean, High Roller did, pretty good across all his teams, across all his players there. Travis Kelce, 25, Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs did well. I mean, yeah, overall solid performance by high rollers there. Let's go to let's go to our next matchup: Savs versus Wolfpack here, 145 to 156. Pretty close games there. Man, Taysom Hill, right? I told you.
Lamar Jackson number 2. That's what you said. 2.0.
Real quick, let's put up a screenshot of the text that Tay and I went back together, and I recommended Tay pick up Taysom Hill. Okay, so there it is right there. So 30 points by Taysom Hill there. Good showing. Lamar Jackson version 2, like I said. Right
and you have to realize he told me to drop him, but I had Josh Allen, as the person I would have cut, and I don't think I would have done that just to cut Josh Allen. So that was the only thing about it. I probably would have done it if it was any other quarterback, but I got to just take the loss last week.
Yeah.
As was. So I would have lost anyway, even with Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Well, Well, I think we should probably focus on the game at hand, though, here. So we'll just go with.
Oh yeah, there's a game we're talking about. Sorry.
Well, hey, Todd Jaime, we'll talk about your game when we go over to tape. Man, I'm glad. Yeah, Sam's okay. So I don't know. He's claiming some heartbreak on this fantasy season. As if that's pretty much fantasy football. I do have to kind of laugh about the Nick Chubb just lay down simply because it was cold.
Oh yeah.
That was and then the last second thing. So he has kind of gone up to the wire, and Lord knows, man, he puts a whirlwind effort into all of this, man.
Well, that caused this game to lose, right? Because Chubb was actually that score would have actually gave him probably a win right there, right?
I think that was the week before, but this week Chubb just didn't do much. It was what's his name finally. Yeah, who was it? My man Kareem Hunt. He's not my man, but actually got in the end zone for the first time in like 2 years, right? Looked like he's running on there. I don't know. He really downgraded his Carolina Panthers there. So he sent me a really funny text. That he's like, it took me all the way to this part of the season to realize that outside James Robinson, Jacksonville Jaguar players aren't very good. So this is a game he wins if he swaps out his Jacksonville and puts in Carolina, right? Mike Davis and DJ Moore. Ouch, ouch, ouch. That hurts, man. Wolfpack, I think, actually made about 5 moves to the quarterback before he finally realized everybody was picking up was hurt. I swear to God, he's using an alternative universe, an alternative internet sometimes. But got 9 points out of Alex Smith. Like, seriously, he put in for Teddy Bridgewater on like Saturday. I'm like, dude, I don't think Teddy Bridgewater's going to play. I mean, and if you're sitting around hoping that Teddy Bridgewater's knee gets better right after game time, man, there's a flaw in your plan there. So, wither the Savs and Wolfpack. All right. So, but yeah, no, good game though by those guys. That's pretty high scoring, but they got it. What do you got next, Sam?
Let's go to our last matchup for that conference: Straight LA Kings versus Sister Twister, 115 to 123.
Man, another close game. All these games were close. Wow.
Yeah, on that side.
They were. Yeah, we're you can tell we're moving into late November here too, because all of a sudden these scores are dropping from like 180, 190 down to.
I know.
You're like, man, I was happy to get 120. This is, and just Straight LA. I mean, here's the up and down team as it goes. He went in there, same situation as you there. He's got Josh Allen. He's not going to drop him. He's going to play it for this week. Can't blame him, and man, it just comes up a little short in a game that it's not a good day to come up short in. So it's I mean, man, Melvin Gordon 27, but he hadn't done anything in 2 months. So what are you going to do, right?
Yeah, Joe Burrow injured. He was playing well up to there. Cam Newton kind of played very well.
Tell the entire internet already. It just jumped over the fact that Joe was like, obviously it was going to happen because this is the Bengals. Like, there must have been 1,000 articles about how dare they let this happen. I'm like, yeah, I mean, didn't the defender kind of get pushed backwards and roll onto his leg, and it just was kind of freaky and awful?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, come on. I mean, because the Bengals are the only team that have run a number one draft pick quarterback out there without the sufficient offensive line around him, right?
Exactly.
I mean, the crime of that team. So that's too bad. He's a pretty good player, dude. He's they got a few of these guys coming in. Him, the Kyler Murray's real nice, all that. It's a shame to. I always say, what this league needs, but whatever. All right.
Let's move on to our conference here. Let's talk about Kells versus El Oso Verde, 125 to 124. Jeez.
Oh man, is there like a recount in that one? Make sure that was actually correct.
How did that go in your household, man? 120. Oh man.
Oh, well, you know how that game, how Kells ended up winning that game?
Yeah, because Matt Ryan and Stafford didn't play. Did they even put what's with the output in that game there?
It was one of those usually in fantasy you kind of go, yeah, you got nothing, right? And we'll get to that ineptitude here in a second. But very rarely can you pinpoint the play that on your man Derek Carr's last-second desperation heave to just make sure everybody remembers that he was Derek Carr and threw a really dumb interception to Dan Sorensen.
Chief defense. Oh.
And there's your 3 points right there, man. Last play the whole night.
Wow.
So Nolan, who has come over to come away from the Patriots in the last 3 years, got his head on straight and rooting for the Chiefs now. As I told him, it's his birthright. Right in time for him to win the Super Bowl, of course. He was quite elated about the Chiefs win until he looked in there and he went, "Oh no, that just cost me my fantasy game." So it would have been a play that you wish you would have just knocked down, right? So. Yeah.
That's why you can't. That's why you can't have a favorite team with fantasy. You can't pick a favorite team. You just gotta roll with it.
You're beat by your own team. Oh yeah, I always had a rule of staying away from Chiefs forever, which was really not hard for the last 20 years, right? But now it's gotten a little more difficult over the last years. But hey, really, you kind of hit that one on the head, man. Matt Ryan and Matt Stafford, dude, that was Matt-tacular right there.
Oh, yeah. I know, and Stafford was. I mean, but they didn't even score a point in that game, right? Detroit didn't, and Falcons were the Falcons, so.
First time, they said Matt Stafford's first ever shutout, dude. Matt Patricia, speaking of Matts that are sucking, how about Matt Patricia, dude? I have to assume the only way he doesn't get fired after that no-show was that they had to play on Thursday, right? I mean, because that's bad, dude.
All right. Let's go over to our next matchup, the Gangrene versus Brady for Rent. 123 to 103. Hey, you won. You pulled it off.
That was a crucial win. Oh, Herbert, I'm telling you, man, that's the guy.
I'd like to give you guys an opportunity to talk about the greatness of Gangrene. I mean, feel free,
That's it. Just Herbert. That's it. No, nothing else.
Yeah,
that's all I got. There's half your points right there. Almost.
You got to give me some love on the Los Angeles Chargers. Dude, Kay, this was brilliant. I picked up the Chargers going up against the Jets, man. And they still gave up like 30 points, man. I'm like, come on.
That's true. It would have been a lot more, but yeah, they did give up a lot of points.
It was. I struggled, and I mean struggled to beat a woebegone Brady for Rent, man. His team's not as bad as his record, but this is a team that when you're vying for playoff position, you're going, dude, I can't lose this game, man. I can't lose this game. It was ugly. It was pretty much Justin Herbert. Jonathan Taylor showed up for the first time all year. So what do you think of that, though? DeAndre and Julio, man, coming in by number 2 and 3 picks, coming in at, what was that, 8 points? All right.
Yeah. How were they for you this season overall? Just meh?
Yeah.
No, meh. Dude, let me tell you one thing. I'm not bitching, but I'm bitching, man. I have never been able to get my top 3 picks on the field at the same time, and I only got my top 2 picks on the field one damn time. And that was Julio and McCaffrey, man. Never got my top 3 guys on the field. Ridiculous.
Well, congrats. You're still in it. So that's a good thing. Let's go over to the next matchup. The Autumn Wind versus the Bag of the Bat. 193 to 110.
It wasn't even close. Man. His team was destroying it in the early games. I just kind of stopped watching, I think, at that point.
Yeah, well, you came in with one quarterback, which is always rough in this league, but it can be done, but you're not loving it when it's Deshaun Watson, who continues to be a fantastic football player, right?
Oh yeah.
It's just, but man, they didn't do him right.
Well, and I was worried when I looked at his roster on Sunday too, because I saw he had he had Dalvin Cook, who's been just smashing it the last few weeks, and then Keenan Allen, same thing. Like the players I was looking at his whole roster, Thielen, everybody has been playing well, so I was already kind of worried at that point.
Oh yeah, he's peaking, man. I mean, you're running into it. He's got the running backs to play in the cold weather, and not to mention those running backs are playing in domes. I mean,
oh yeah, exactly.
His bench is thin. Although he does have DK Metcalf sitting down there, which I have to assume he forgot to start him against Arizona is the only thing I can imagine.
Well, they helped him out, right? He actually scored less points than the other three receivers they put in.
I know. Yeah, but dude, get Adrian on the phone right now because I want to know if this was a choice to actually bench DK Metcalf against the sorry-ass Arizona Cardinals.
Exactly.
Man. Come on.
How did I beat Autumn Win last week? I don't know. Previous.
His team is good.
He has a strong team. I don't know how.
I was excited you beat him last week, and then I knew I had to play him this week, and I was. Yeah.
But you didn't capitalize on that.
I didn't capitalize. That would have been the division clincher, but.
Yeah.
Let's go on to our.
Well, at least you did make it competitive in any way. I mean, you got to feel good about that, right?
Oh, yeah, no, exactly.
You didn't get your heart ripped out on Monday night. You're like, well, okay, I'll go do some yard work.
Yeah. Unlike me, where it came down to Monday night, let's talk about the final matchup: Ninja Assassin versus Bruin Maniac. I remember texting Tay later on. I was like, dude, I have to beat Bruins.
I better not lose.
He has 2 starters at 0 points. I should beat him. And then, sure enough, my team was horrible. Patrick Mahomes, Ben Roethlisberger, but Todd Gurley, of course, nothing. T. Higgins with the Burrows going down, that kind of happened because T. Higgins was kind of doing good for me. And besides that, that's it. Even if I had my potential points, my 131, I would have lost. I would have lost to him anyways. But Bruin put up a good game. Yeah. New Orleans Saints, 27 points. Jeez,
Yeah, they killed the Falcons.
Yeah. But no, hey, congrats goes to Bruins, I know he was out of the playoffs, but he's playing, still, and he put up a good game against me. So
that's all that matters. He better play next week too. He's got to play next week. One more.
Yeah.
Autumn Win.
Oh God, is he playing Autumn Win next week?
Is that where he's playing, right? There. Yeah, I think he plays Autumn Win next week. I play Sam next week.
How many points was that Derrick Henry overtime run worth? It would have been worth about 15, 16 points, I guess. It was a 29-yarder, right?
Oh, yeah. That probably about.
And I think it got him in the bonus, too. So I'm trying to figure out if you had, you still were going to need a little love from that. But the last thing you ever want to see when you're playing Derrick Henry is that they're going into overtime. You're like, dude, this guy just keeps getting stronger as the day goes on.
Yeah.
It's like, he's incredible, man. It's like, I don't think it's necessarily that he gets any stronger. It's just that everybody else gets tired and he doesn't.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No. Congrats to Bruins again. Real quick, let's talk about waivers. I know you sent out a text message this morning, Rob. So waivers will process 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, right?
8 a.m. Yes, sir. I sent them out in groups, small groups, to make sure it went through. Because every now and again on the text message networks, they'll drop off like groups. So everybody should have it. 8 a.m. tomorrow, and there we go. It's last week, and do not make any pickups after the end of this week if you're eliminated from the playoffs. So,
yes.
I'll try to block them, but
it's towards them. Oh,
the software and all of that they've adapted to it pretty nicely. So, all things considered, it's been a good season. So, that's what I'm thankful for, gentlemen.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So, folks, thank you for joining into our podcast. For Tay and Rob, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe out there if you travel or anything like that. And we'll see you next week.
All right.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah. Good luck, everybody.